Time now for our business update, and we start as ever with a quick check on the markets. Well, Asian stocks mostly ticked higher on Friday after a rocky week that saw recession fears return to the fore, offsetting hopes that China's emergence from zero COVID would help to boost the struggling global economy. As you can see there, the picture is looking good currently. Everything up from Tokyo to Shanghai, Hong Kong and Seoul by between 0.49% and just over 1%. In other business news, Friday marks the last day of the World Economic Forum annual meeting. The gathering has been dominated by the ripple effects of the war in Ukraine and the prospects of a global recession as well as the energy crisis. As Kyiv appeals for further military support, our business editor Kate Moody has been speaking to the chief economist of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, Beata Javorcik, about how much money has been pledged and what it's being used for.
Last year, we financed 1.7 billion euros of projects in Ukraine, and we mobilized further 200 million euros from other financial institutions. We help to keep lights on, to keep the heating on, and to keep the trains running. Our trade facilitation program helps keep imports of essential goods coming into Ukraine.
So at the moment, it's very much the basic services, basic infrastructure, what people need to stay alive as this war is going on.
Absolutely. We are helping Ukraine make it through the winter. We are trying to make conditions as bearable as possible so that we can avoid another wave of refugees. Because when the time for reconstruction comes, Ukraine will need all the human capital it can have as to rebuild the country.
Is it too early to talk about reconstructing Ukraine?
I think the current needs are so pressing that it's important to focus on what's in here and now. And this was the message President Zelensky gave our president when she visited Kyiv a few months ago. His explicit request was to help the country survive the winter.
The international reaction to this war has, amongst other things, included a lot of sanctions on Russia. Do we know what impact that's having on the ground?
The sanctions are having an impact, but this impact is working mainly through productivity growth, and it's going to be visible in the medium term. Basically, sanctions are restricting inflows of technology embodied in imported capital goods. They are restricting inflows of knowledge through operations of multinational firms. Moreover, Russia has seen an exodus of young and educated people. Some are avoiding mobilization, some want to take their businesses abroad. And that's depriving Russia of human capital, and it's certainly going to be visible in Russia's long-term productivity.
This war is having ripple effects around the world, of course. Within the region, Russia and Ukraine's closest neighbors, what kind of effects are you seeing there? What kind of changes might be in store as a direct result of this violence?
Certainly, energy security is the key issue on the minds of people. And it actually has shifted thinking in Eastern Europe when it comes to green transition. By many, green transition was initially viewed as something that was imposed on these countries from Brussels. Now it is viewed as an essential part of energy security. Everybody understands now that energy diversification cannot happen only through geographic diversification, but we need to utilize new sources of energy.
The war in Ukraine is certainly the major crisis of the world at the moment, but it's not the only one. What other countries or regions is the bank working with at the moment?
We had a record amount of investment last year, 13 billion. The needs all over our regions of operations are great. In particular, we devoted half of our investments to supporting green transition. I think everybody is realizing that green transition has been accelerated and that there are great opportunities there. But of course, we have also helped countries deal with the energy shock. We are helping them diversify their energy sources when it comes to geography. We are helping countries finance essential imports, including imports of food, which was quite expensive last summer.
Beata Javorcik, thank you for being on France 24 today.
Thank you.